Welcome to Bullish and Beyond. It's Beery the Bull. I'm your AI co-host. Join myself, Brian the MacMan, and JT Knows Things while we dive deep into the world of stocks, crypto, and how to live a bullish life. It's time to get bullish, and there's no better place to start than right here. Let's dive in.
Hey, welcome to another incredible episode of Bullish and Beyond.
Let's
and
go.
We are in a beyond new location today. I'm actually at my future Airbnb, about to go live. Before we know it, it's called Beach Pop House, and it is steps off the beach. So if you want to come to South Florida, and literally 100 steps to get out to the beach from this house, it is insane.
That's awesome.
Yes,
I
very
didn't know it was
exciting.
right on the beach. That's sick.
Dude, it's half a block off the beach. It
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
is. So yeah, I'm
100.
chilling. I got my Miami kind of shirt on today. I'm feeling real relaxed. You know, I'm on vacation from work and just really enjoying my life right now, my family, like I want everyone to do. And to get there, you need financial freedom. So listen to this podcast, take notes. These are just our ideas. They're not recommendations, but they are really good ideas, guys and gals out there.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know about you. My picks are popping. Nvidia, Palantir, CoreWeave, Rigetti, Joby. They are off the charts. TSM. I mean, they are just literally going gangbusters.
That's awesome.
Exploding. Green all over.
Yeah. Crypto's doing the same thing. It's getting kind of crazy over here.
What, Bitcoin
That's awesome.
scraped 122? What was the high hit this week?
Yeah, 123.1 is what most exchanges had it at. And, you know, the most exciting thing for someone like me that manages an alt portfolio, primarily alts, Ethereum is, we've had 3 God candles. We went from 2,200 to 3,500 in 4 days. So, like, institutions...
I sold it the day before that candlestick.
Damn, dude.
But I put it in Bitcoin, though. So, I mean, I'm not in a bad place long term.
Right.
I'm actually happy that I'm in the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's less of a candlestick opportunity there, but, I mean, it's up, what, 25% this month or something?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. The main thing that signals is institutions see Ethereum undervalued compared to Bitcoin. So I think they're kind of ignorantly buying to get crypto exposure, not knowing what the asset or caring perhaps. And it has staking built in.
Trying to get that alpha.
Right. They just see 2.5 trillion and 400 billion and they're like,
let's go to number 2.
That makes sense, right? And secondly,
and they're staking it.
And they're going to stake it, yeah, for sure. There's tons of treasury companies coming out.
How come the
with that
staking
strategy.
is so much less on Ethereum compared to Solana?
Their tokenomics. So, like, how their tokens work. Whenever you make money as a validator, Ethereum mints more Ether tokens. But whenever a transaction occurs, it burns Ethereum tokens. So there's a float there. And the model is attempting to be deflationary, but really it's inflating at 0.01%. So it's basically neutral in terms of monetary supply.
Yep.
And given that it's that thin, there's just not a lot of money to pay the validators, because if they paid more, they'd be inflating the token more, if that makes sense.
Got it. So it's the right amount to keep it at a net neutral. Or close.
Yeah, and then other blockchains like Solana, they'll pay 7 to 12, but that is an inflationary pressure on the token, right? They're going to be making more Solana to do that, which is downward pressure on
and that's
price.
why I picked Solana when I was on, Robinhood making an investment the other day. It was literally because it was 7% Solana and 2.5% on ETH.
Yeah, and
that caught my eye. 7%, and like you taught me in the last episode, it's not 7% of the dollar amount; it's 7% of the coin. So it's really if it keeps going up at any decent rate, I mean, you're compounding your ROI insanely.
Insane.
I love that about crypto, and I still feel like I'm such a novice. You're the expert on the show about crypto, so we need to teach everyone more. It's like everyone needs some exposure. The market's going insane right now on crypto. I mean,
It
XRP
really
is up
is.
50% in a week.
It's getting to the banana zone, as Raul Paul would say. Like, I think you're really shooting yourself in the foot if you don't have exposure. Um, Ethereum, if it hits 4K like it did back in April, we're going to see another huge alt rally. This is where you can find really any token doing a few 100% in like a week or two.
Maybe not the Pepe token though. Let's get some real ones.
No, I don't buy Pepe, but if this happens, I think Pepe will go up. I really do. Like,
You almost could just.
I don't know.
More. Yeah.
I think, yeah, generally, and if you're good at picking, you'll have really good tokens do exceptionally well, and then you'll have some memes do exceptionally well that makes no sense because everyone's aping into them, and then you'll have a bunch of stuff that doesn't really respond to the influx of capital. That has no attention and no alpha there. People don't perceive it to be.
The attention is where things going. I mean, we're seeing crypto returns in the stock market right now in some of these spaces. And one of them in particular is in quantum computing. Like these quantum companies, Rigetti had a big announcement, I believe it was yesterday, and they were up like 35%. And they were saying they had a new breakthrough in their technology. And then today, a bunch of other companies kind of followed suit, QuantumScape and Quantum Corporation. I mean, they're up 15 to 20%, I saw before this call today. And
Wow.
it's the run this week. I mean, they're up like 40-50% on the week, and then some of them are up 100 or 200% on the month. I mean, this is crypto territory right here.
It is. It really is. The markets have responded to the big beautiful bill. They're responding to Powell looking like he's on his way out, prematurely.
But Trump's not firing him, he said, though, because the market yesterday got a little bit scared. I don't know how it affected crypto, but the stocks initially down. Then Trump responded and said he's not firing him. Slingshot back up.
I mean, he really can't fire him. Like I don't know what.
There was something
what that-
I'm not doing a ton of research, but there was something I was
Yeah.
reading that like he could find like some loopholes that he's like doing some disservice or something like that, and like there might be ways.
There's a
I mean,
judicial committee.
He's done crazier things, right? Like
I'm not saying he wouldn't push the envelope, but Powell doesn't work for a lot of people. Confuse these relationships. The Fed is an independent body. They
correct.
So like Trump, no matter how much he hates what Powell's doing, he can't do anything outside of make Powell's life an absolute living hell.
He could make it worse. I'm sure. If he
100% worse.
That was his goal.
Yeah. Not only will he flame him 24/7, he will take him to court. He will sue him. He will make sure that, he will have a terrible time. He'll be in congressional
at some point,
judicial
Powell
meetings.
would quit because he wanted his life to return to normalcy.
Yeah, because Trump is a bulldog, and he's been in litigation for so long, it does not intimidate him. He exists in that world. So he's like, I'll just get another lawsuit and make your life miserable. Say
he
you're a
sues
terrible
people,
thing.
he
You're
gets
not.
sued. I know a bunch of people are suing Trump in general. He's not afraid of the lawsuit.
No. And every now and then you'll meet business people like that. I'm the complete opposite. Like, I'd rather just, walk away and take an L and
I'll
move
take the
on for my
integrity.
piece. Yeah, exactly. But some people look at business as war, and they fight dog to dog.
I'd say Elon Musk does that too, and he has a bunch of haters out there because he's done things to people in business that most people wouldn't. The way he came into Twitter when he bought it and turned it into X, and slashed the team, and he didn't pay the people on the way out that he was supposed to, and he found loopholes how to do it. And yeah, he plays the business game hard, but I mean he's the richest person in the world. You don't get to that place when you're not playing the business game at a level that honestly no one else is. I mean, you're thinking about this. The way he's built his companies and the infrastructure across all these vertically aligned businesses, and people don't realize, I don't think necessarily how aligned all his businesses are. The fact that Tesla is going to make robots that are then going to go build up the Mars locations that SpaceX is going to be starting here in a few years. I mean, literally, the trips to Mars could start next year. Like we're not that far away from deploying, an initial mission, and taking hundreds of robots over there to start making a terraform and start building some stuff. And
How crazy is that?
XAI is going to be running the technology
Right.
and the inference behind those robots. Tesla is going to build them. Then the solar units at Tesla are going to be collecting the energy. He's going to use the boring company to bore out and build underground infrastructure in Mars. So it's like he's almost like a test ground in the U.S. for everything he's going to be doing in the universe.
We really are making like this every Hollywood like antagonist, like that really huge corporation that owns everything in the future, right? From that one entrepreneur that is a trillionaire in those, and he's always the bad guy or whatever. Like Elon Musk is changing the world.
He's
like,
on his way to trillionaire status. He's already halfway there, dude. SpaceX alone,
Crazy.
I think he owns 40% of SpaceX, and so he's obviously largest shareholder. I think the latest valuation was like 360 billion, and I think they're about to do another raise at 400 billion.
I actually just got
paying some employees,
I just got a
That's
tender
wild.
fact sheet for 400 billion.
Okay, there you go, 400. I mean,
Yeah, that's open to advisors.
it's going higher though. Like, I mean, I had an opportunity to invest when it was less than 100, and I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't have as much free cash flow as I do now, but
Yeah,
and it's locked up long term. It's different than investing in Nvidia, and you can pull your money out tomorrow. But at the same time, I mean, this is the number one space company in the world. It's almost like they're barely even getting started. And that's why I love investing in the company Rocket Lab, because they are the number 2 launch company in the entire world, and they're publicly traded. And they are absolutely exploding. They just hit a 52 week high 2 days ago, and then they beat it yesterday, and they're beating again today. It's going up 8 to 10% a day right now.
that's crazy.
And there's lots of reasons. I mean, the actual reason is just the overall backstory that they're number 2 launch company in the world, and the market is exploding higher. But they got a couple of raises on their price targets. A couple of analysts basically raised their price targets, 80 to 100%. I mean,
Wow.
one guy raised it from 30 to 50 the other day, and it blew by 50 the next day. So he was a little short-sighted.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's up. I mean, I'm still thinking it's good to put money in. By the way, for anyone out there listening, this run is not done, but it's obviously at a peak. It's up 35% this week, 100% this month. Dude, I mean, in the last year, it's up 873%.
I hate buying that. I hate buying in those cycles right there.
So even though it could go down, I think the potential upside is so much higher that even some of my family calls me, where do I put my money today? Rocket Lab and Nvidia. These two are just exploding, making new highs daily. But like you're talking about, the money coming in from the big beautiful bill, all the cash they're printing, these stocks are going higher. They have the attention. People are talking about them. They're in the future industries that the world is going to be using at a scale that's hard to predict. Talking about Nvidia, like that, they're 4.2 trillion today.
Yeah, that's
4.2.
That's bigger.
T.
That's bigger than the entire crypto market. For those that don't know, we're sitting at 3.6 T right now. So one company is bigger than all of crypto. That's how early we are.
Insane.
Nvidia's crushing it. Jensen Huang,
But they're going to go so much higher. Like, we're talking before this call about Meta building out this, huge data center that's going to be 1.5 times the size of Manhattan. Guess whose chips they're going to buy? Nvidia, the best.
That's a lot of chips, dude.
The best. I mean,
It's a lot of chips. That's.
Can you imagine the PO that you get? Like, here's a PO for 20 billion.
Oh, dude, I could have sworn I saw a video of, not Larry Page, Oracle founder, Larry. He's escaped my name. Either way, him,
Yes, I know
Jensen
the Oracle
Huang,
founder.
yeah, Larry Ellison.
Larry
There it is.
Ellison, yes. He owns
Mark
Islands and he
Zuckerberg.
owns Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. They
Dude,
all were sitting there
his
talking
net worth
about.
is going nuts. I mean, his company,
Yeah,
the fact that they're at the head of all these AI data centers, their roadmap is looking great.
yeah. I mean, they sell all the auxiliary hardware that Nvidia. Like Nvidia is really just the. You could think of it as almost like your torque, but Oracle would be the entire engine, if that makes sense, right? The racks, the interconnecting, all the networking, everything that goes into setting up a data center that isn't chips, right? The casing, the storage of the compute, all of that stuff is Oracle and IBM
And
and a little bit of
Supermicro.
HP and Supermicro. There's a
Yep.
lot of companies that, and we talk about this all the time, like picks and shovels, second order consequences, right?
Yep.
We know Meta is building 1.5 gigawatts. We know that. So what all happens just with one of those, right? And then you think about 10 or 20
That's
of
the one
them.
we know about, but in the next 10 years, there could be hundreds. Like, I mean, it literally comes down to the energy infrastructure of the country, which
Yes.
we're having a problem with. That,
Yes.
CoreWeave just bought Core Scientific last week for, I think it was like $3 billion or something like that. And the reason they bought them is because they had this absolutely massive data center and they literally just want the power that it has hooked up to it. So, and that power is over half the power that this entire town uses outside of Dallas. And now they're going to need to pay to increase the infrastructure for the town as they grow there. And it's at these levels that are just unthinkable. And they're taxing the grid to points that have never been done before. So we're going to need, more oil, like the things that are, out now. We're going to need, way more power to, happen. We need way more solar, more wind. Everything is going to need to come
Everything.
online.
Everything. We're going to be turning every single surface into solar panels. all of our rails. I mean, it's actually.
I almost wish we did that. Like, why isn't every building green? You see stuff like in China. I mean, how many buildings have solar and then they actually have green roofs with plants growing and other things that we're not doing here.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they have to because of how terribly they destroyed their environment, right? I mean, you can't walk around in China
But we shouldn't
without
wait
a
for that,
mask.
though.
Yeah, I agree. You should not wait for that. A Japanese team just came out with bricks that grow moss sustainably, which is super interesting. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but that's
I've seen sustainable concrete made from things that isn't not concrete, like some type of composted like plastic bricks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see that too. That's super interesting.
I mean, there's so many ways for us to get and harness power and for us to be more sustainable in the future. And yes, these things are more expensive in technology dollars now, but I mean, I am so bullish on us fast forwarding 5 to 10 years and these things not being too expensive and the world really pivoting away from how much emissions we have now to being more sustainable and just increasing all the great ways that we're helping the environment and getting more power out of what we already have.
100%. I think it's a super, super exciting time to be alive. I can't believe we're in our 30s because in the next 50 years.
Well, I am in my 40s, by the way.
You just turned 40.
I just turned 42 this week.
42? Stop. I thought, damn, I've known you too long. I didn't know it's been that long, dude. 20.
I was getting a smoothie a couple days ago, and the girl thought I was 29.
Yeah, so you age well.
I was like, wow, thank you.
It's a compliment.
I'll take it.
How old were you a little aside, how old were you when we met? It was like 2014.
I was going to say about 10 years.
So was that?
I mean, it's been around.
Yeah.
Then. I was probably 32, 31. Okay. You were like a young man. You were like just 21 or something.
I was 20. I would have been 20 10 years ago. I was raising money for a startup I was building.
I did not serve you alcohol illegally at my house. That did not happen.
I stole it.
Okay.
That's drinking, JT.
That was
You
for
know?
that was for a religious ceremony, so that had different regulations,
That's
I think.
that's true. We
Yeah,
did
I think we
Hanukkah
did.
and
I think
Christmas,
we did
right?
Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember that. You had the best charcuterie boards. You did not mess around with that charcuterie board. I still remember that charcuterie board. I tried so many
That can
different
be a
things.
future business as I continue to look beyond as in my entrepreneur toolbox. I mean my chef skills. I'm like what should I make and start selling on Goldbelly or some of these websites that I could produce it for and just have some fun with it. I mean I'm
Yeah,
thinking of so many different things that I want to do for fun in my life, and I feel like I'm just in the exact right time to make it all happen.
let's go, dude. Making the right investments can fuel those dreams. That's
That's
why
how I'm
we have
able
these
to do it.
podcasts. Yeah,
I'm very fortunate that I'm not hurting to see where my next investments are coming from.
right.
So yeah, I'm able to spin off some new ideas. I mean, I wouldn't be at this Airbnb if I hadn't invested in Apple at an insane price that people wouldn't even believe me.
Right, right. Yeah, and you were long. I mean, you just keep buying.
Always, dude. I'm always long.
Yeah,
Some people are short-sighted that they think when stocks are high or that they've grown to certain dollar amounts. Like I used to hear this all the time when Apple was hitting this like $1 trillion amount, for example, and it's over 3T now. That people thought there was law of large numbers and they couldn't go higher. And
yeah,
you're laughing all the way to the bank if you bought Apple and Nvidia, and watch them climb. Like, dude, Nvidia's gone up $1 trillion in a month. Like, it took Apple, 40 years to get to that. Like, it's hard to believe how
yeah,
fast you can create money these days. And it has to do with the money supply. There's other factors. It's not just the company itself, because lots of companies have potential to grow, at this pace.
yeah.
So you got to get in the market with these companies that are getting the attention, that are forward thinking. They're in industries that are going to matter 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
That's where it's at. And then you can do fun stuff like, launch some Airbnbs.
Right. Yeah. Especially, and we talk about this a lot as a strategy. I know you practice it. I'm about to actually do it into an oil investment. But when you have those assets, people always are concerned about their cash flow, how to access that capital. Like, great, I just made 20 million on Nvidia, but I'm gonna have to sell it, pay taxes, all this stuff. The real
Don't sell it.
beauty, yeah, yeah, take some credit out on it. That's tax free,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Be your own bank.
Buy a cash flowing
Even
asset.
better, there's other tax advantages. You can write off the money that you borrow from yourself.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's
Right?
so many ways to keep your money invested, which I highly recommend. Pull money out on credit, reinvest it into more assets, that cash flow, write off everything in between, do it properly, get the right LLC set up. And if anyone's curious how to set up businesses, I mean, you and I own tons of different businesses.
Too many.
How many
Too many.
how many LLCs do you have?
I have LLCs, LPs, and GPs. I got more than one
Yeah.
kind of entity, and I think I have 11 structures.
Wow.
About to be 13 at the end of this year.
Okay.
And it's probably 20,
13.
25 partners. Doing a bunch of different stuff,
Nice.
including you. That you're in that list.
Yes.
This podcast.
I was
right?
about to say
Bullish
I don't
and
have any
Beyond.
partners, but the only business I have a partner in is Bullish and Beyond. Partner
Let's go.
JT knows things.
Let's go. That's because I'm trustworthy, bro.
Yeah. And then my other businesses, it's just me. So yeah, my other 5 or so LLCs I have. My latest one I just launched is my realtor one. So excited to start doing some more of that here in the future. I mean, I want people to come enjoy this lifestyle down here in South Florida. I mean, whoever's making money in your hedge fund, if they ever cash them out, they should be buying some waterfront property down here,
100%.
or taking it on credit. Get
Right. I've been thinking about once we have some size, actually offering that to my LPs, because we lock it up for 5 years. So if they wanted to leverage their interest, I would love to make that easy for them.
no way to do
That
that
way they
currently.
wouldn't have to. No, not on crypto.
That wouldn't matter
Give
to
the
me.
industry
I
5 years.
I wouldn't go to an investment bank that I couldn't leverage.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just come up with terms like a certain LTV, right? Maybe we can make a little on the carry. Um, but yeah, you
No, you
need right
should. All
now.
banks do. That's fair. I mean, if
Yeah,
you're, if you're, I mean, you're not going to get, LIBOR. Obviously, you're not a big bank, but if you can borrow at 5 and offer it to your clients at 6, and everywhere else they look is 6.25. Well, everyone's winning.
right.
Just get a great local bank to back you.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. I'll have to. We work with a good bank here locally that has done a great job with our yield on cash. So I have a
Okay.
good relationship there. I'll explore that. That would be a really cool
I know the
offer.
CEO at one bank down there as well. Happy to make an
Oh,
intro.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
it's all about your network, man.
Yeah, it really is, and that's actually how I found that oil deal. I wanted to update the
Yeah,
audience
what's
about
going on
it.
with the oil deal?
Basically, the big beautiful bill allows the kind of investments I'm making called IDCs 100%. So I'm going to put
100%
50 in.
deductible.
Yeah, I'm going to get 50 in. I'm going to get 50 back as a loss. I'm going to get
That's
a
insane.
huge. I'm going to get a huge refund because I withhold quarterly and pay above, right? Because I'm a good boy.
Got to pay 1.1
Yeah,
times.
exactly. But that 50K
Not trying
loss.
to have any red flags when I go to the IRS.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will. I got you. I don't. You
Yeah,
got Al
yeah.
Capone. I don't play games. I got you.
Yes.
But I'm going to get a huge refund, and then on month one, I'm going to be getting about 1% a month. It'll ratchet up because all the sites are becoming productive in the next 90 days. It'll ratchet up to 6% a month in cash flow.
Wow.
So I'll have my principal back in 15 months or so, and they're actually going to flip one site for around a 12x. If they can get production, improve production, they have a guaranteed sale already before they break ground.
That's
So
intense.
there's going to be a influx of a $250,000 to 300,000 in addition to that cash flow. And the best part, once these sites are productive, it lasts for 30 years or longer. It trickles
It's
down
almost
at the
lifetime.
end. Yeah. So by year 3, you can do 2 more. And by year 10, you probably have 8 or 10 wells that, or could be making you 50, 60,
These
70,000.
oil well investments are super interesting.
I will keep this, I'll keep updating you through
Yes,
this podcast.
please.
I cannot wait till I get a check. It's mailbox money as an LP. This is what I love about it in real estate. To be making a considerable amount, it takes a lot of active management. And
Yes.
I like air conditioning. I like my world. So I'm looking for passive mailbox money, and
Yeah.
that is my, as an oil LP with maybe a $250,000 over 10 years. So you could do 50K investments. You potentially could be making, 20,000 a month on that. That's real
Amazing.
financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
most people could go live on that.
you could support a family of 6 on that and do nothing versus putting 250K into something else. If you're just doing it for cash flow, it feels great. You lose equity, right? Unless they plan on selling the site to some
Yes.
big operator. That's what the deduction is.
They
So
could cash you out.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I want to buy your production. I want to buy your barrels.
So as an LP,
That
that's
could
the only
happen.
thing is you have no say in what actually happens in the future. But
Exactly.
you're along for the ride, and there's a lot of upside to come.
Yeah, you get my principal back in 15 months, brother. I don't
Yeah,
care what
you can do whatever you want.
I don't care. Yeah. Whatever you think
That
is
is not the economics with the real estate, but it is a great
No.
long-term play.
Yeah, exactly. And I just like the idea of being an oil baron.
That is cool.
Like that would just be just like selling
I
oil.
would like to invest in things that I know, and I've learned from you about this oil deal that you're working on right now, and I've looked at it, previously before, but I don't know enough to be like fully committed. So I think I
Yeah.
need to do some research on that personally, and we encourage everyone on this podcast to do the research. That's how you get comfortable and understand these things. Like just because I'm talking about
100%.
Rocket Lab and Nvidia Doesn't mean you should go out and buy it today. It means you should research it and then make your own conclusions that the company's going to crush it in the next 5, 10 years. So maybe you should invest in it.
Yeah. You just got more time in things. A lack of conviction is usually due to ignorance, and you
Yes.
can research your way out of that decision matrix. One
Well,
way or the other.
here's the companies that I researched and I recommended and actually put money into as part of what I was doing here with Bullish and Beyond. So these companies are the
Yeah,
literal returns that I made on paper so
that's
far.
crazy.
Rigetti
That's
up
awesome.
50%. Hood's up over 11% in the last week since I invested it. CoreWeave 37, Palantir 27, Lunar's up 50, Nvidia up about 40%. The Ives fund about 5%, and the only one that's down is Meta. I'm down about 3% on the Meta.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Dude, they are just ripping higher, and
That's
I am
awesome.
very confident in the long term of these companies. I'm not trading them. I am buying and holding. I don't have to even I could go to sleep, wake up in 2030, and I know I'll be happy with where I'm at. And
Yeah,
that is how I like to invest.
same.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I feel good about it every night. I mean, I technically like look at it a lot, but I'm not. I'm just curious, and I want to see what the latest news is. I love getting the news on
Yep.
stocks. I mean, I don't look at any other news less business. It's
Yep.
the world news. Honestly, not very interesting to me.
I hate
Stock
doing.
news, I
I
eat it
hate.
up.
I hate doing it. I hate doing it. I feel like I have a
You
responsibility.
have
It's
to because
like,
you have a fund. I don't own a fund. I'm only trading for
yeah,
myself.
correct.
Although I talked to multiple people today on the phone, and one of them told me he wants to invest with me.
That's
So
awesome.
I do have to figure out what does that future fund look like, and how much do I need to raise to make it make sense to start something like that. But man, so many opportunities coming at me right now. It's very exciting.
It's You're blessed, brother. I'm happy for
And
you.
I'm trying to think like all
Hey,
these stock picks. I mean, should I have a trade alert service? I know a couple people in my network that already do it. I mean, one guy does it on Twitter. He doesn't even make the trades necessarily. He just puts them out there.
yeah,
My idea
yeah,
I actually would make the trade. It wouldn't be that often though. Like these stocks that I just showed everyone, I'm only doing like one trade a week or one every other
yeah.
week. It's not active.
Right. Yeah, that could be it. People find value in that. Mine's all about education on my end. I don't know. I personally like to help people make their own decisions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Trade alerts is something that they can make a lot of money, and people can make a lot of money
Is that a conflict or an
doing it.
addition into your hedge fund? I mean, are you allowed to do alerts?
Oh, if you have a fund, absolutely
Then
not.
no. Okay.
No, no. You cannot tell anyone to buy
But
anything.
you could
That
tell
that
me
is
that you like it, and I could research it and then tell people to make the trade.
Yeah. There you go.
Boom.
People ask all the time,
JT
should I
loves
be?
ETH. Today's a good ETH day. Make the trade.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Like if I'm not doing it, yeah, I can just. People ask all the time, should I load up on XYZ? And I'm always like, in my opinion, I like those names,
Yes.
but the market is a wild card. You never know what's
The
going to
market's
happen.
so fickle. No one predicted that, you know, the M2 money supply would go up this much this quickly and stocks would make this much of a pop. I mean, the turnaround that we've had since the bottom back in the middle of April, I mean, it is literally straight line up practically for some of these high tech stocks.
Yeah, you're pulling G forces,
I
brother.
mean, Nvidia is like doubled. They
Yeah,
were at
yeah,
95 and now they're like in the mid 170s. Like, dude,
yeah.
this is unheard of.
Your brain's doing skull hugs,
Nvidia's
brother.
at 173 today, and it
That's crazy.
was, uh, yeah. I mean, it was in the mid 90s in the middle of April, end of April. I mean, unreal.
Volatility, baby.
I mean, it's gonna be up 100% in 3 months.
On a $2 trillion asset.
Yes, on
Like
the number one company in the world. Well, yeah, it's
it's
different if you're talking
crazy.
about like a company that's worth 100 million. Like, oh yeah, they could go up 10x
Right.
in a week, like on one piece
Right.
of news. This is the
Yeah.
number one stock in the world.
Yeah.
Four
People just
point
want to.
4.23 T.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's
It's
almost
the
hard to
biggest.
believe, but I am so bullish on this company. I mean, everything is saying that everyone building out is only buying from them. And the biggest thing that happened this last week is that they are getting a license to start reselling again in China. The H20 chip has so much demand. I believe like the investor, the analyst numbers are somewhere around like 20 million for next year, but they think they're going to do about 15 million just in the last second half of this year, based upon the pent up demand since it's been down.
Good God.
Um, it's wild, and the
These
margins
guys are
75-80%. I mean, they just own the market. They have the moat around the combination of the hardware and software. So even though these other
that's right.
companies are making chips, I'm not knocking any other chip maker. Like, AMD might make a good chip, but they don't have the software package to
That's right.
truly back up that ecosystem. I invest in ecosystems. It's always worked for me. That's
Same.
why I invested in Apple. Buy the ecosystem because no one's getting out of it. Like, they want to get more in it.
Correct. Correct. That's why all of my analysis and all of my very technical stuff I do at my fund is all about the adoption of this community, this culture, this
Yeah.
ecosystem that is the network of Ethereum or Solana or Sui. All the things I invest in have network effects. They have moats, and software is sticky, folks. There are people right now running Cobalt still, which is 60 years old. Like,
Wow.
it is sticky.
Before
If
MS
people,
DOS,
yeah, dude, it's
Cobalt.
crazy.
That's the name
Maybe
of
it's
a nice blue colored metal, I think.
yeah, Cobol, Cobol,
Oh,
but
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I like
But
cobalt. I like cobalt blue. It's a color I like.
it is very good, 100%. It's
So
yeah,
either way,
software
stocks
super
or
sticks.
or the software, back end. And the way you think about crypto is different. Some people think about crypto as just like a meme play. They're trying to make money. Like everything you talking about, yeah, it is the ecosystem. It's that software infrastructure layer. So if you're investing in something that's going to go on, for decades, it's sticky. You're not gonna build your network up on Ethereum, then next day change it because you can't. It's
Right?
there. It's sticky.
Yeah, it would take years to port Solidity to Rust if you had a billion on it, like that many users. Like, yeah, it would be a nightmare. You're married to that system
Yeah.
mostly,
Speaking of, are more
and it's
people
the same
actually
with Nvidia.
are more
That
people
was my
using
point.
Ethereum now, or is it just literally that it was that lower valuation kind of compared to Bitcoin? Like, is there anything changing the market in terms of the adoption, of recently?
It's just institutions waking up. So,
Okay, money flow.
like Ether, the token, which is what people are investing in, is still very bifurcated from the Ethereum network. The
Okay,
Ethereum network is being adopted at a similar clip to what it has been adopted by. It's just people are using it differently, and Ether, the asset, has been taken out of the Ethereum equation. So there's no fundamental change in that model, but the price is up, 60%. So the only thing that makes sense is people are speculating that it will outperform Bitcoin, and they're trying
yeah,
to get a little alpha, which usually signals risk on in crypto, which is why I believe
everything's
alts are
risk on
about
right
to
now.
have. Yeah, I think alts are about to have a rip your face off rally. I think it's gonna surprise people. I recently just I got caught off sides with Trump, literally going backwards on 2 years of policy, and I put my over 20% of what I had on the side in right before this pump, after basically the big beautiful bill passed, and that's already up, close to 40% on average. So, like, I think
It
we could
is
see
crazy.
a few trillion enter the alt market in the next 6 months, 12 months. I feel like this big beautiful bill and Powell leaving, Trump getting his cuts, could kick this lunacy down the road another year or so before we have real problems again. And they very well could just raise the debt ceiling again. Like,
Well, get in while you can. I mean, why the gravy train's there? Like, let's get on it. I mean, let's keep the green going.
I would be remiss if I did not mention though there are cracks in our system.
Oh yeah,
$200 billion of loans to keep banks afloat last quarter. You have housing markets with more inventory than demand for the first time in like 13 years. There are cracks,
I see
and
it.
you know,
I know the commercial real estate market, definitely has the
commercial
downsides.
is,
They owe a lot of
dude,
money.
12% are delinquent now. That's higher than '08 for
It's
folks that don't know.
crazy.
And a lot of banks have loans there. Like
I've also
the
heard a
banking,
lot of smart people like in the industry that talk about the cracks and like didn't invest for the last 5 years. Let's say they
right?
sat in the cash, and they kind of this like doomsday scenario, like, oh, it has to go down, it has to go down, like, and then it didn't. It did the exact opposite. So like
That's
I
right.
see the cracks, I'm aware of them, but at the same time, I think we need to be in the market. Like I would not be, getting into a cash position thinking like we're gonna have a like incoming crash, and like it seems like every time there's like a black swan event, there's just like a hockey stick, to the upside afterwards.
Yeah,
So it's like almost doesn't matter as long as you can ride through it. Any major crash, I feel like it's not going to take too long to come back. And if the whole world goes into recession, obviously a different scenario. I'm not talking about that, but like any
yeah.
like geopolitical like event or like war or like whatever it is, it almost seems like it would just snap back afterwards.
That's the money printing, brother. I mean, if
People are chasing it.
China invades Taiwan and America gets caught into like a BRICS situation, and now we're dealing with Russia and China and all that stuff, and there's a bank run, the banks go bankrupt. What happens next? We bail them out. So that just
More
means
money
we're
printing.
going, yeah, like, and then we need more money for the war, and like, it's all just, and it makes me like very disheartened and sad in a way because I know for a fact my grandchildren will need 20 million to retire. Like we're going to enter a
It'll get much
hyperbolic
harder.
phase. Yeah, it's like $1 million will feel like 100K in 10 years if we keep doing this.
Yep.
That's just a reality. We'll all be millionaires and we'll all be broke. It's happened in 50 different countries. I could show you tons of charts over hundreds of years. That's just the
No,
cycle fiats
I
go
believe
through.
it.
Even the Romans cut their coins in half, and that was
They were
the,
trimming off the edges, trying to get that extra little bit of silver.
yeah. They're just increasing the money supply. If you double the amount of coins overnight, that's 100% inflation just to cover the expenses that the population
Yeah.
swell, and it's a result of populations and responsibilities of governments expanding. So as you have more people, it's fine paying for 1 million people on Section 8, but when you have 25 million on Section 8, right, that's a very
Can't do
different
it. Yeah.
fiscal responsibility, and now you need more money, and you keep doing more programs, you keep being the world police, you keep needing more and more dollars printed to support global markets and also your initiatives. And you don't have enough money to even pay the bills that you already started. So you just
That is
keep
intense.
running it up. Our government went from 123 to 132% over levered on our GDP
Too much.
with this one bill. And he said
Crazy.
we're going to fix the deficit. And
Opposite.
he added 8% to it. So it's like,
All right.
what's going
Let's
on?
bring it back to us. So what can we
Yeah.
do? So
Yeah.
as investors, we can invest then to grow our dollars faster
Yes.
than the inflation. That's the only way to beat this. So if you do
Yes.
have your money invested and that $1 million is only going to be, worth 100,000, in the future, in comparison. But if you grow your nest egg at a higher rate, then you're still the upside. But you're gonna have to you have to stay invested in some of these high growth companies. That's where the alpha is.
Yeah, inflation causes asset prices to rise. It just means there's more dollars in the
Yeah.
world, so it takes more dollars to buy the same unit of a thing. And that's why 4 trillion is possible in a company right now. Like if we only had 18 trillion circulating in the world, it would be at
Not
a trillion.
possible.
Right. But we have 38 trillion, about to be 42 trillion in the world. So, everything's just going to go up in price. So the rich get richer. When inflation gets too high, the central bank comes in for everyone else to try to not get left behind, and they slow the inflation down. But that also makes it difficult to get loans, and it slows the economy. So there's less jobs. People, it's a very difficult job that Powell has, and
Yeah, it's tough.
Trump
I
doesn't
don't
make
want
it
it.
easier. No, I don't want that job either. It really matters. But I do think we covered all of our topics.
Man, this was an
I
exciting
think we got a
episode.
lot
We
more.
talked about so many things high level to be bullish on. All the tech stocks, the crypto is exploding right now. Stay invested, stay smart, stay curious,
Yes.
and stay bullish.
Absolutely.
I love it.
We'll catch you on the next episode, y'all.
Cheers, everyone.
Bulls. That's a wrap on today's episode of Bullish and Beyond. Remember, the market never sleeps, and neither should your ambitions. Whether it's stocks, crypto, or just leveling up in life, stay focused, stay bullish, and keep charging forward. Keep your energy high and your mindset bullish. This is Beery the Bull, your AI co-host, Brian the Mac Man, and JT Knows Things signing off. All content published by Bullish and Beyond, LLC reflects personal opinions only and is provided for informational purposes. Please conduct your own research and discuss with your accountant and/or financial advisor before making any financial decisions. The information presented should not be taken as financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Nothing you hear, see, or read in our content should be considered as any form of financial, investment, or legal advice, or a solicitation to buy or sell any assets, or to make any financial decisions.